TNAKnockoutTara.com.
I have something broken. Every time I stop and turn around, feel all I can see.
Welcome back, everybody, to The Rack right here on WildTalkRadio.com, brought to you by PWMania.com and MemLanePromo.com. Joining us at this time is the Mistress of the Widow's Peak, the TNA Knockouts champion herself. That's right. We have Tara on the show. How are you today?
I am great. Thank you so much. Again, I want to apologize for my voice. I'm fighting a cold right now. I'm at TV's, and it doesn't help from going from cold Chicago to warm Orlando. So I'm kind of fighting the bug, I think. I'm so nervous because I have to wrestle tonight, too. But the show must go on. The show must go on.
The show must not go on, but to me you sound wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks. I can tell everybody's like, oh, my God, you sound like an old lady. And I go, I know. Stop. I'm
Don't
sensitive.
tell me that. Don't tell me that. I don't want to hear that. So,
I know. But anyways, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. So I want to know all about this new documentary that you're doing.
Well, it's still in the works. He's still adding on to it. It's from Matt Goldberg, who's he did it as a project for college, and he's a super fan of wrestling, and I saw him backstage back here for quite a while, and he finally came up to me. He did one on the Pope and D'Angelo, Elijah Burke, and it got to Cannes Film Festival in France. So he's presenting that to the Cannes as well. But it's a documentary about how it is to be a female in a male-dominated industry. You know what I mean? And so I'm very flattered. It shows a lot of behind-the-scenes things that you don't, that the fans are not allowed usually to see. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of and he's going to be adding on. I'm opening a restaurant in Chicago in March, and he's going to be covering that too. So he's going to keep on adding to it. So I'm very excited to see how it turns out.
Oh, that
and I'll be honest,
awesome.
it's really hard. I watched it, and it's really hard watching yourself. I find it very difficult. People think that they love seeing themselves on TV. I'm the worst. I'm so critical, and I'm a perfectionist. Like when I watch my matches, I'm never happy with what I did. Do you know what I mean? There's always something I'll beat myself up at, and I think that's what makes you a better athlete, when you're constantly criticizing your work. You know what I mean? But
right.
When I watched that, and there were some interviews backstage of what people felt about me, and I was so flattered. I cannot tell you. I mean, man, we live in like a small bubble at work here. You know what I mean? And don't realize what lives we touch, and you don't know, because for us it's just we come to work, we do our thing, and go back to the hotel, get up, go work out, get ready for the next town. You know what I mean? We're kind of just caught up in our own life, and you forget what you do. And I didn't realize people felt like that, and I got teary-eyed, when they interviewed a couple of my coworkers what they thought of me, and I had no idea they felt like that. So it was really, I needed to hear that. It was a good ego boost for me. Everybody needs a little bit of a compliment, once in a while,
Absolutely,
but I'm very excited that it's not very long right now, but Matt Goldberg is an awesome, literally he's a kid. He's 20, and
oh, wow.
And you got to see the editing work. All his work he's done on this, it's ready to go to the movies. You know what I mean? I was shocked. I thought it was going to be a little grainy, and you're thinking college,
right,
college boy, working on this, and I've seen things that people sent me through tweets and or YouTube, and it looks a little amateur sometimes, but this guy was we will see him in big lights in the future. He'll be a major contributor on movies in the future. He's only 20, graduated in 3 years, and just a bright boy. He's going to hate that I'm calling him a boy because he's 20.
Well, right. Well, it sounds awesome. I can't wait to see it. Do you know where or how it's going to be released once it's done, or has
That's the question. I'm going to pass along his info so you can ask him all that kind of stuff, because the detail of the documentary, I just know what it's about. I don't know where it's going to be shown, what festivals and
right.
He would love to talk to you about it more in detail, so I don't want to do anything injustice for him,
Okay. Well, you know what? There's no problem with that. We'd love to talk to him about it too.
Awesome.
So you mentioned that you're a strong woman in a predominantly male-dominated business, and I have to tell you, you are an inspiration to women everywhere. I know. I don't want to gush over you, but I've been a fan of yours for years. I've wanted to be you for years because I think you're awesome.
Oh my God, that's nice. Aww.
So I would love to know, what is it like to play that strong female character in a business that's full of really strong male characters?
It's a hard industry, and I'm not complaining about it. I love what I do for a living. I mean, I'm very blessed. I have the passion for this. I think it shows in my work, and you have to be cut out to be able to handle this kind of lifestyle. We are gone 250 days a year from our families, and this becomes our second family. You know what I mean? And you can hear, people say, don't neglect your family at home. I mean, it's unrealistic to say that, because the show must go on. There's no excuses for missing a show here. You know what I mean? And it's entertainment. We don't have an off season, and we get maybe Christmas off to spend with the family. And it's. I think that's why you do not see a lot of females in this industry. I remember, like, when I first got into it. Maybe I was in it for 5 years, and I would see new girls come in, trying it out. Like, you remember the Diva Search? During that. And I think they had a total different image of what we did. I mean, I think they expected limos to pick us up at the airport. Our hotels are 5-star hotels, and, but little they know, we, 3 girls travel together, maybe with a guy. Hopefully a guy will travel with us, just so, girls aren't, it's a little dangerous we're not in, richy areas all the time, so,
somebody just to look out for you.
Yeah, we're independent contractors, so we try to split the, we all rent the same car, and we'll sometimes 3 to 4 people, in a room, it ends up becoming a really good time. Don't get me wrong, but, and then occasionally we will room by ourselves. That's when we're like, you know what, I need to kind of be just by myself and kind of zone out in my own, my hotel room. So it's a lonely road, and you don't cry. I mean, you just, you get hurt a lot here. We're actresses that do our own stunts, and you get hurt and you just don't show it. You have to have. It's weird, like, in the normal lifestyle, I think, like, actors, if they get hurt, they pull you aside. Oh my God, let me get ice on that. For us, we don't show pain just because, I don't want anybody to know I'm hurt. That means I can't wrestle the next match. Do you know what I mean? So isn't that weird? It's like, and you're damaging ourselves more when we don't say anything, But it's just a different lifestyle what we lead. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest, if I had a daughter and told me I want to be a wrestler, I don't know if I'd be all gung-ho about it. I'll be honest.
Really?
It's my God, that means I won't see her 250 days out of the year. She'll be on the road, you know what I mean, neglecting mom and dad, you know what I mean? And and it's, you're hurt, you know what I mean? It's you have to have thick skin for this business. And I'm one of the people that are very, very sensitive. I never got the thick skin. I don't know what happened, but I'm very sensitive. You can ask everybody I work with, how are you so sensitive and still here? And I go, I don't know. I'm very sensitive, though. But it's crazy. Am I going off the track, Anya?
No, you're fine. You're
okay.
Fine.
But it's a tough industry, but, the tough survive. And, gosh, I've been doing it 13 years. I can't believe it, I still feel like a rookie sometimes,
Yeah.
It's weird. Well, it's very weird.
I think everybody gets tough in their own way. And everybody gets their own form of thick skin. So I think you definitely have it.
Okay. Yeah, all right. You should see me before matches, though. Everyone thinks that the longer you're in this industry, the easier it is. It's actually harder because there's no room for mistakes, because, if I'm in there with someone brand new and the other girl, gets hurt or something, the fault lies on my shoulders. You know what I mean? So
Right.
there's a lot of pressure, and our fans don't. We're human. We make mistakes sometimes. You know what I mean? And they let you know that you messed up in a match, and it's the worst thing. And I'm like, God, do these people even know what we do out here? Do you know what I mean? They don't know what goes on in this ring, and they're judging me because my snap suplex didn't really snap. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I'm just exaggerating, but but it's bizarre. I mean, and me being critical, I'm never happy for what I see anyway. So I think that's what makes our sport, how can I make my next match even more dangerous, which is crazy,
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think that's good in its own way. I don't want you to hurt anybody, but I think it's a good thing because you're looking for ways to improve, and that's always awesome.
And make something unique every time. And, my God, that's really hard for, when you have a lot of matches, you're like, how do I make this one different than my last week? You know what I mean? Even though we have signature moves, people recognize our signature moves, and, you try to fit that in there so the fans are pleased. And at the same time, those hardcore fans need to be pleased, too. And they sometimes want us to slit our throat to get even reaction, you know what I mean? So it's tough. It's really tough, but it's a good challenge. You know what I mean? And it's exciting. It's an exciting industry. It is. It really is.
It seems like it, and I'm just curious because, like I said, I'm a fan. The cage matches that you've done, both in WWE and TNA, those were huge moments, at least for me and for women's wrestling, because as far as I can remember, cage matches had really never been done before.
Right.
Especially on TV. So what was that like to kind of be a trailblazer and to do those matches both on, I believe it was Monday Night Raw and Impact?
Yeah, and I had two at Impact, one with Kong and one with Mickie James. And they are scary. I'm not going to lie. I mean, okay, imagine the ring without that cage and you stand on the turnbuckle, when I do my moonsaults, from the top, looking down. You're going to laugh. I have a fear of heights. Isn't that crazy? And I look outside, I'm like, oh my God, I get, you get that little tingly feeling because you're so scared. And imagine going to the top of the cage and looking down to the outside looks further. And, but again, when you're in this business, especially when I came to TNA, I talked to Big Game because they were like, I said, you'll rarely find me say no to anything. If you give me a tables, ladders, and chair, match, I'll do it. You give me a cage match, you give me a hardcore match, I'm game. I go, I will, whatever you present to me, I will do the best I can, and you won't be disappointed. And of course, what do they do with the cage? And I go, oh my God, I just ate my words. And it's scary. Like with Mickie James, I tore my elbow at the end, and it snapped back. And I remember Earl Hebner going, we're ending it, and they were going to call the doctors and end the match. And that was the main event. And I was like, I told him, excuse my language, I told him F off in the ring. And he goes, no, what's wrong? And I go, I think I broke my arm. And he goes, end it, I'm ending it. And I go, no, don't you dare. I go, main eventing, and I'm going to get rolled up or something. I go, the ending, go to the top. She went to the top to fence me from the top of the cage, and I caught her, and she rolled me up. And then as soon as they said, they tell you, the referee tells you, okay, we're dark, we're off camera now. That's when my tears bursted. I was like, and he goes, stay down, because my arm was, you can see it on camera if you watch it back. It had a weird shape to it, and I tore my, tendon. So, and of course I come back. What do I come back and say to the agents and all my bosses and stuff? I'm so sorry, I hurt myself. They're like, are you serious? You just got a standing ovation from the boys to the backstage. No other guy would have completed that. He goes, you are tough. And I go, yeah, but I hurt myself. I was like, I'm so sorry. I go, it was a little moment in that match where, oh my God, but we got to realize this is dangerous. You know what I mean? And it was just crazy. And I'm very proud, I'll be honest with you, with hardcore matches and all those and it's presented to me that they have a lot of faith in me to do it, and with the competitors, I went, with Lita, Kong, and Mickie. I mean, they were a standout moment for me, and it was I'll be honest with you. I watched it once. I couldn't watch it again. You know what I mean? I can't. I was like, especially with my elbow thing. I was like, oh God,
Right.
holy moly! Did you see my elbow? And I thought when I dislocated it, do you remember when, oh God, his name is escaping me, his leg, he went to go jump off the second turn, and his leg snapped in half?
Sid Vicious, I believe it was.
Yes, remember, that's what I thought my arm was dangling from my body. So that's what I was like, I can't even look at it, because that's what it felt like at the moment. And, and I go, oh my God, look at my arm, is it attached? And he was like, what? And I was like, I think I broke my arm. And he goes, it looks not right. And I was, there's a lot of talking in there. And Earl was yelling at me, and I was like, get out of my face. What's going on? No, we're the main event. I can't end it on this,
Yeah.
So it was great. Long story short, I can't do a short story, by the way.
Oh, it's all fine. It's completely good. It was an awesome match. I know you got to go, so I want to know real quick.
Sure.
With the Knockouts division, you are the champion, and please stay that way forever.
I hope so.
Kind of where do you see the Knockouts division headed in 2013, and are we going to see more matches like with the girls, like hardcore matches or steel cage matches where you guys get more physical?
My goodness, you never know. Don't forget we have like production crew, we have writers and all that kind of stuff, so, as we can pitch ideas, and they usually are like, oh, that's a great idea, you know what I mean? And,
right.
But you're going to see new faces. We're not cookie cutters on, Knockouts. We have all different shapes and sizes here and stuff like that. And I just think 2013, like for female wrestling in general, is going to be awesome. And my God, I'm scared to even mention any hardcore matches because you know who the queen of those are.
Yeah,
I'll be headlining those probably, but it's going to be a great year. And this business changes so drastically, especially TNA being so new, and getting more people aboard, and now more knockouts that we're signing. It's going to be an amazing year. And also too, I do want to cover up for the divas. We get a lot of comparison. Why don't the divas? We get a lot of comparison, and the divas don't get that much time on television,
right,
on WWE, and it's not their fault. They're amazing athletes over there. They have the looks and they can kick butt, and it's just there's not a lot of opportunity for the time on television. Do you know what I mean? So
right.
that's the problem. It's not that they're not doing their job. They're just they have their hands tied. You know what I mean? So because Eve Torres, Natty Neidhart, amazing talent. You know what I mean? And I'm excited because we have like a few people trying out here, and I get excited when I don't get threatened. I think I have a different. It's weird. It's old school way. People get a little threatened when a new person comes in, but for me, I'm like, oh my God, it's fresh face, new style, and a new match. So it's always exciting to have like new women come aboard. You know what I mean? Can't see the same matches all the time. So it's going to be a great year, Lindsay.
Oh, it sounds exciting. It sounds amazing, and I can't wait to see more.
I know.
Like I said, I know you got to go. So
I'm at TV right now, and our day starts at noon. And it doesn't start when 8 o'clock when the show starts. You know what I mean? We get got to go over some stuff and makeup and hair. That tedious thing. That's the worst part about being a girl. I think we have to do our hair and makeup. Ugh, hate it.
Yeah, but your hair always looks awesome.
Thank you. I work hard on that, and I get extensions.
You got extensions?
I do. Donna Bella extensions, and
I wish I could get my hair to do that.
You can. Honestly, it's not that hard. I had to learn how to curl my hair. I'm such a tomboy. I had to learn how to do it, on house shows myself. So those are the days that I don't do very well with my hair. But oh my gosh, tonight's gonna be a good show, by the way.
Okay, well, we're definitely gonna be watching.
Amazing! Oh my gosh, don't miss it tonight. It's gonna be fun.
I won't.
I'm excited.
Good luck. Once again, Tara, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Lindsay. All right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And everybody stay tuned. We will be right back with our Impact review right here on the Rack.
Running through my head, running through my head, all the things you said, all the things you said is not
WildTalkRadio.com.